Hi guys, I'm Dan Hoff, COO of HoneyStick, and today we're going to show you our latest addition to the HoneyStick lineup of product, which is our Flavormax Disposable Oil Vape Pen. Now this little pen we just put up on the site yesterday is not a rechargeable. It doesn't have a cartridge and a battery that's separate. It's a one-piece little oil tank that you're going to fill up, you're going to use, and then once it's all done, out of battery, then you're going to toss it and either get a rechargeable one or purchase some more if you really like this pen. Now just because it's disposable doesn't necessarily mean that it lacks on any features. We really wanted this one to have nice, creamy, solid hits, but to really have the big box flavor taste that you could get out of some of our other more high dollar cartridges. So in case if you want to travel or you're just not one of those people who wants to maintain your vape pens, this is going to be a good little go-to for you. Now let's jump into some of the specs. So as I mentioned before, the battery is not rechargeable. Also, it is an auto draw, so it doesn't have a push button. It's going to be activated by your airflow. So in order to turn it on or to vape, you're just going to inhale. And when it's on, it's going to be indicated right around the foot here of the vaporizer with a hyper white LED. Since we have a light here, I don't know how well you're going to see it, but I'll inhale on it just to show you guys. Oh, that was coil. Do not dry inhale these vaporizers, otherwise you will taste nothing. So first of all, when you get your oil vape pen, it is going to come in a little transporter tube like this. And we're going to jump into some of the technical specs. So it's going to come in here. Because it is a glass tank, glass mouthpiece, okay, you're going to want to keep this little plastic tube in order to transport. Going out on the town, going out for the night, you want a small little vape pen. You don't want to carry around your stay-at-home unit, or you're scared you might get a little reckless and you might lose it. These little pens are good for those occasions. So this pen will slide right into this little plastic piece. As you'll see, we have a rubber stopper, and as long as you push it all the way down past all of the 3 ribs, it also has a little seal right there which will plug into the mouthpiece. It'll be flush to also additionally seal your kit in case it ends up upside down. You won't end, even though I don't recommend storing it upside down, that you won't end up with any leakage that comes out or goes into your pocket. So let's jump into technical specs. So we have here is a 280 mAh battery, which the battery should last through the entire duration of you vaping the tank, and also have a little extra to spare. I don't recommend after you've run through a full tank to refill it, because you could get snagged before you run through the second tank and have some oil left over in there, which you don't want to happen. So fill this thing up. You have a 280 milliamp hour battery, which is a good capacity. Design wise, you have the HoneyStick insignia there with the hexagons. Let me give you guys a little better view just to the bottom base there. And then that's all followed up by a Pyrex glass reservoir. So it's going to be nice, high quality, topped off with blue seal gaskets at the top and at the bottoms to make sure that you are not leaking. And it also has, for purity, not a wide bore, but a nicely cut out glass mouthpiece. Now, this tank is a ceramic heater. It is also non-porous. So you're going to have pretty good heat ups on here. Definitely going to be flavor oriented with the glass mouthpiece, the ceramic heater, and also, as you saw, I had nothing in there and it was still kind of smoky heating up when I inhaled on it. So you're going to get good heat up time. And it is a 0.5 mil fill. So you're going to be able to fit just about a half a gram in there. In terms of orifice holes and how thick a liquid you can put in there, these have 1.8 millimeter orifice holes. So you're still going to be able to get on the thicker end of the spectrum oils in there, even if you have minor coagulating in there. But with an auto draw unit and coagulating, you do have to know that if it does get solid around the heater or the air holes, you might have to take a few little priming puffs. And by priming puffs, I mean puffs like you would take on a cigar when you were lighting it, you know, just very slow, don't really inhale, just really get the heater going, start getting the tank hot, and allow the materials to break up. So how do you fill this thing? Let's run right through it. This glass mouthpiece, you're going to grab the metal collar right here. You're going to twist counterclockwise. And again, twist gently because you have gasket that goes up here. Then you also have gaskets on the mouthpiece. You want to make sure that you keep those in place. You also have a seal gasket on the very top collar there. You just place it down gently. Then you would take your CBD juice or syringe, and you want to carefully and slowly inject. Oh, that went a little fast. Inject around the sides and let the liquids work their way down to the bottom. Now, one thing that you definitely do not want to do is you don't want to force the syringe in there. Don't make it so that you move the center post at all. You know, don't have it bounce off the center post, the liquids, because then you could run a risk of leaking around the outside of the tank. Really wait for it to settle before putting any more in. Okay, now you see I might have actually overfilled it just a hair. I got it right to the brim. I'm waiting for it to kind of settle in a little bit because I don't want it to leak. So I'm going to give it a couple seconds here, kind of blow on it a little bit, and then I'm going to slowly and gently make sure you leave the gaskets in place. Slowly and gently twist now clockwise tank. Then when I feel it, you're going to feel it when you get it tight. It's going to get a pretty good little seal there. Now you are all filled up. And then what you do is I would just leave it, let it settle for about 10 minutes, and then you can start to vape on here. And like I said, this is not a rechargeable unit. It's not something I would be in the practice of refilling. But then once you vaped it through, you're pretty much ready for a new unit. So if you like this and several other cool items for our little Flavormax pen, check us out on www.vapehoneystick.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Comment to us. Like us. Tell on Facebook. And also follow us on Instagram on Vape HoneyStick. Also, feel free to reach out to us. Tell us what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Use my special promo code HONEY420 for 20% off, which is your special video promo code. Cheers and vape responsibly.